Good morning, doctor. My name is PHISAL anak lelaki PLEM. My matrix number is 273147. Today, I'm going to present for part 1. This part, we need to prepare for the two types, which is for purchase order and cash disbursement. First of all, we need to prepare for the table of an entity. So, under purchase order, we have store executive, lorry driver, operation employee. While for cash disbursement, we have account officer, which is for Lisa account, second account manager, and last is general manager. Next, we need to prepare for the context diagram. Context diagram is the highest level of DFD. It is provided a summary level view of the system. Moreover, it depicts a data processing system and the external entity. So, under purchase order, the company, which is the purchase system, so the company will purchase the inventory or the goods from the vendor, and then the vendor will send the goods or the inventory to the company. This is the process of context diagram. While for cash disbursement, which is the company will make a payment to the vendor during the purchasing goods and inventory. Next, we need to prepare a logical data flow diagram. So, a logical data flow diagram is a graphical representation of a system that showing the system processes, data stores, and the flows of data into and out of the processes and data storage. So, under purchases order, it will divided into 5 bubbles. First bubble is track record of inventory and prepare purchase requisitions. Second, prepare purchase order. Third, receiving goods and prepared receiving report. Fourth, updated inventory completed file. And lastly, we post to the general ledger master file. Next, we need to prepare for the cash disbursement. Under cash disbursement, the bubble will divided into 5 bubbles, such as first bubble is prepare the receiving report. Second, update account payable. Third, identify liability due. Fourth, prepare payment voucher. And last, we need to post to the general ledger master file. Next, we need to prepare for the flowchart. So, what is flowchart? Flowchart is a system that used to show the relationship between the key element. So the key element is input sources, programs, and output products of the computer system. So for the purchase order, we have 4 departments. So the 4 department consist like first, inventory control department. Second, purchasing department. Third, receiving department. And last is storeroom department. While the cash disbursement, we only have 1 department, which is account payable department. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Akma Nariesya binti Muhammad JAMIL. My matric number 270342. Today I want to talk about 3 possible strange of internal control procedure that are present in the Sulaman Amal Sendirian Berhad. First, access control. This access control is control that ensure that only authorized personnel have access to the firm assets. The storeroom area is securely locked and only accessible by the authorized employees. Second, segregation of duties. This segregation of the duties is the separation of employee duties to minimize incompatible function. Azina as a sales officer, she is responsible to review and to approve the order made by a reseller. Selamat as the store executive who is responsible for managing inventory and delivery related tasks. The separation of specific tasks to each employee would divide his or her accounting responsibilities is a basic control system to ensure that the person responsible for financial reporting is separate from the personnel assigned to make cash saving and purchases of assets. Third, accounting software. The account officer in charge enter the delivery detail into the respective customer account. Key in customer detail, the product code and quantity delivered. Then, saving the transaction, she requests the accounting system to print 2 copies of sale invoice and mail to the respective reseller.
Hello, my name is 𝐂𝐒𝐒𝐒 binti Muhammad Sharif. My metric number is 272765. I will be presenting my part, which is possible weaknesses in SASB procedure and appropriate internal control for these weaknesses. My first point for the weaknesses is updating account receivable require billing process, which explain if the billing process is in incomplete data, SASB cannot report the information in the customer account receivable subsidiary ledger. My second point is the warehouse clerk might misuse inventory information, such as he might adjusting inventory database. My third point is it is possible for the worker to supply wrong goods, might due to getting wrong information or getting large order from the customer. My last point is unauthorized transaction will corrupt the general ledger account, such as giving wrong information, because general ledger is important to review the account balance and account receivable.
Hi, my name is Akma Nariesya binti Muhammad JAMIL. My metric number 270342. Today I want to talk about one risk exposure that might have resulted from each of the internal control weakness identified in question C. First weakness is updating accounts receivable require the billing process. Risk exposure risks the general ledger from ensuring an effective verifiable evidence. Second, the warehouse clerk might misuse inventory or even make up the thievery by adjusting the inventory database. Risk lack of inventory in the inventory database. Third, it is possible to supply the incorrect goods or quantities to the customer. Risk exposure, risk of supply the incorrect goods of quantity to customer. Fourth, unauthorized transaction will corrupt general ledger account. Risk of unauthorized transaction to the general ledger accounts.
Next is appropriate internal control procedure for the weaknesses that I just pointed out before. My first point is segregate accounting duties to avoid any risk of thievery. My second point is limit access to finance system to increase security database. My third point is increase oversight checkup, such as for any payment or any payment cash in or cash out to avoid any mistransaction. And my last point is having a third party to review financial statement to avoid any fraud and any material misstatement.
Hello, I'm THULASI PARAMASIVAM, my metric number 270931. Today I'm going to discuss about part 2 of the case study. In the virtual world, cybercrime is a complicated topic. There are few ways to fight against cybercrime. The first way to fight against cybercrime is keep the computers supplied with the latest fixes and patches. This helps to block attackers from being able to take advantage of security bugs that they would otherwise use to hack into your system. Moreover, keeping a strong password is highly suggested. To protect activities like online banking, try to select particularly strong and unique passwords. Furthermore, we have to protect the personal information to avoid cybercrime. Safety is an important part of virtual networks. when the companies include virtualization technology to their environment, especially server and desktop virtualization. Lastly, avoid cloud infrastructure problem because more cloud infrastructure problem will be focused by cyber attackers. Crime is a complex problem in the digital world. However, effective solutions help to prevent this situation. Thank you.